Hi, and welcome to Yin Yoga for Adapting to Change. It's my intention to use this Yin class as a tool for you to experience more ease and more peace around the changes that you're facing in your life. If you only have 20 minutes, you can use the centering as a standalone practice. Some really nice tension release for the neck and the shoulders, along with a breathing meditation and intention setting. Great way to start the day. For the practice, you'll need a strap or a belt or a scarf if you don't have a strap, a yoga strap. You'll also need a blanket, a yoga mat, and if you have yoga blocks, it's a plus, but don't worry if you don't. I hope that you enjoy the practice. Okay, so the first thing is to find a comfortable seat. That might mean sitting up on a block or on a blanket. And some people are more comfortable sitting with their bum in between the heels. So you could sit on a block. I have a meditation bench. If you have one of those can be helpful, or a bolster. And again, this can also be done in a chair. So next, I'm using a strap. Again, a scarf or a belt can work as well. Just have it next to you. And first we'll release general tension from the body. So one of the easiest, best ways to do this is to shake a little bit. I know it seems funny, but go ahead and shrug the shoulders, just shake the hands out. Okay, so next let's take our strap. And just before we use it, we're going to come into a few shoulder rolls. So on your inhale, take the shoulders up to the ears and then roll them back and down. That's it. Good. So use this as a breathing exercise. You're matching your movement to your breath, and this signals the nervous system to relax. It's a really good, easy way to start to relax is to match your movement to your breath. So we want the breath to stay relaxed. It's more important to be true to your breath and to speed up or slow down the movement to match your breath than it is to try and match the breath to the movement. If that makes sense. So that might mean slowing down the movement if your breath is getting longer and deeper. Or if the breath is still quite quick, then make the movement a little bit quicker. In doing this, you're also beginning to be mindful, meaning that you're present to what you're doing and you're doing it on purpose. We'll do one more big circle here. Good. And now we'll take our strap. So hook it over your right shoulder and take the front and the back end of the strap. Hold them both in the right hand. You can bring your hand down by the side here. And at the same time that you're putting a bit of pressure down with the strap on the shoulder, you're also lifting up the shoulder up a little bit into the strap. Good. Now inhale nice and tall, and exhale, bring your left ear over to your left shoulder. That strap just helps to create the stretch in both directions. So down with your shoulder and over with your head. And the head is already heavy, so probably you don't need to put any extra weight, like with your hand. You can just leave it as it is and explore a little bit of variation in your movement by bringing your chin down towards the left side of your chest. And then you can bring it back up and maybe tilt the chin up towards the sky. So you can have the eyes closed or partially open here. And as you do this, you're breathing normally, naturally. And when you find a spot that feels really nice in the stretch, you can pause there. And again, with mindfulness, send your awareness to the stretch with your breath. So attention energizes. Wherever you bring your attention, you're bringing your energy there. Or you're helping prana life force energy to circulate there. So it's not just your breath, but your intention as well that will help to open up the body through this practice. On your next inhale, come back up with the head and we'll switch sides. So take your strap over your left shoulder now, and you can pull down with your left hand. That's good. And then lengthen up through the neck first before tilting the head over and bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. There's a reason that we're starting with the neck here. Um, in Yin, we're working with connective tissue, like the fascia, myofascial system of the body. And this is like, it wraps around everywhere in your body, right? It's a very interesting tissue. And there's a front line and a back line of connective tissue and some lines that go through the side of the body. And in some way or another, they all connect in the neck. So I call it the Barry UCAM station of all the different lines of connection are in the neck. So if you want, you can again explore a different line by just tilting the chin slightly. So no matter how you move your head, you're going to target a different line and release tension. Should feel really nice. Good. And then slowly back to center again. We're going to switch over to the other side and take the strap in your right hand. We're coming into Gomukhasana arms. If you know what that is, you're taking your right elbow, bending it, and bringing it behind you. Tendency sometimes is for the chest to jut forward. We want to try and keep the lower ribs in here. And then the other option is to take your left hand with your thumb pointing down and hold on to your strap with that, so you feel a bit of tension between the two ends or between the two hands with the strap. If your hands reach and you can grab your hands, then you won't need the strap at all. Good. Again, close the eyes and breathe into this nice stretch in the shoulders. We want the shoulders to actually feel soft and relaxed here. Relax the face and relax the jaw. And then release, and we'll switch sides. So we're getting rid of some of the surface tensions of the body before we get into some deeper stretches. And we're also preparing our body to be able to breathe a little deeper. So by stretching the shoulders and the chest like this, we're creating physical space in the body for a deeper breath. Let's see if you can bring your elbow a little further behind the head. Now, if your face is turning red and you're clenching your jaw and you feel uncomfortable, that means you're way too far outside of your comfort zone and you need to dial back. Make sure you can smile. Maybe just take your elbow with your top hand instead. Take another breath here and then release. Now we're going to take the strap behind the back and I'll show you what it looks like. So you're holding your strap like this. You'll be bending your elbows with your hands facing in towards your lower back. So your palms are facing in towards your lower back. Roll your shoulders back. So you feel the shoulder blades on the back and bring your elbows in. And now pull on your strap. So the right towards the right side, the left towards the left side. And this will again allow for a deeper breath in the front of the chest and stretch the shoulders. So if ever you're not sure if you're too far outside of your comfort zone, Smiling it sounds cheesy, but it's actually one of the best ways to make sure that you're in a good place in your stretch. We'll take one more breath here. And then exhale, release. And once again, roll the shoulders with your breath and see if it feels a little bit different than it did at the beginning of class. Good. And then shrug the shoulders a few times and settle into your seat. Bring your chin down towards the chest now. Again, the weight of the head might be enough for you. If you want a little bit of extra weight, you can place your hands on the back of the head, but you're not pushing down. You're just using the weight of the arms here. It might not be necessary at all. Again, we're going to practice moving with the breath. So as you inhale, you're going to slowly bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And as you exhale, bring your chin down again towards the center of the chest. Inhale the left ear to the left shoulder. And exhale it back down. So remember that you're matching the movement to your breath and not the other way around. So if you feel like having a longer, deeper breath, then make the movement slower. And depending on how your neck is feeling, you can also come into full circles here. The only thing is keep the back of the neck long. So nice long neck as you take the head back to the side and down and around. And if you're doing full circles, go in the other direction. Mindful movement, meaning that you're aware of the movement and you're doing it on purpose. The working definition of mindfulness by John Kabat-Zinn is that you're doing something on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally. And the non-judgmentally, I think, is the most important. So bring the head back to center again. And now pause. Again, either with the eyes closed or slightly open. Relax the muscles around the eyes, soften the jaw, relax the lips, feel the shoulders relax. And feel yourself getting more grounded into your seat now. Notice your breath as it is, without trying to change anything consciously about it. Check in with how you feel. And again, when you're checking in, there's no judgment. There's no certain way that you should be feeling or should not be feeling. Whatever you feel is valid. Good. And so now that we've opened up a little bit, let's come into our breathing exercise. It's going to be pretty simple. All we're doing is we're inhaling and exhaling in equal parts. So you'll inhale into the belly, the ribs, the chest, and the shoulders, a 3-part breath, and then exhale, shoulders soften, the ribs relax, and the belly relaxes. What we'll be doing though is we'll be focusing on the space in between the inhale and the exhale, and then the space at the bottom of the exhale before the inhale starts again. I'm not going to give you a certain time that you have to hold your breath for. What I'd like you to do is just let it spontaneously happen, this holding between breaths. So start by exhaling all the way out. Inhale a slow, deep breath in. And then as if you were arriving at the top of a roller coaster, there's that pause before you roll down and you get that exhilaration. So let the air cascade out on the exhale, almost like you're sighing, but with the mouth closed. And then feel that little pause at the end of the exhale before making your way back up and around for the inhale. And maybe it'll just be at like a half second hold and then the exhale. That's totally fine. For other people, you might want to hold for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It's not a race. The only thing we want is that when we come to the pause, that it feels like a place of rest. What it represents is that the inhale and the exhale is the constant change. The pauses that we feel between the inhale and exhale, and between the exhale in and inhale, represent that witnessing quality, that when we're kind of in the eye of the storm and we can sit back and observe and watch the change happening. So the other thing that that represents is Sat Chit Ananda. So Sat is truth, Chit is consciousness, and Ananda is bliss. And so certain yogic traditions will explain that all the change is happening within the context of this unchanging bliss consciousness. So we're kind of sipping or remembering that connection that we always have, all of us always have, to that unchanging part of ourselves. Other times we get completely caught up in our external world and we forget that we're always connected in this way to this incredible source. So I'll leave you in silence for another minute while you experience this breath and the pauses between the breaths. These small moments of respite. Good. Go through one more cycle of breath. And then relax your breath completely when you're ready. There's no rush. And we'll sit a few moments in silence, connecting in to the heart center and seeing for yourself, sort of getting a bird's eye view of the past however many months since COVID, since so many changes have happened. And if you can see yourself in all the changes that you've been through, can you bring some compassion to that? Often we're hard on ourselves as we're trying to adapt and grow into this change. Can you come in with that non judgmental, kind, compassionate attitude towards yourself? One term I love is Maitri, unconditional friendliness towards the self. And now feel yourself where you are, still in the process of change. It's natural. And set an intention, something that could help you or serve you in moving forward as you continue through this time of change. So, are you here to cultivate patience if you're continuing with the practice? Or even if you're going to end the practice here, what do you want to bring with you through your day? Is it unconditional love, radical self acceptance? Maybe it's faith in the future. You'll know it's the right intention when instantly you either feel a sigh of relief or maybe a little bubbling up of excitement or of hope, something that feels expansive for you. And let's end our centering with another deep breath. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. And exhale. And give yourself a really big smile of appreciation for having taken this time for yourself. So, so important. I'm giving you and sending you so, so much love wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is. I hope that this has brought you a little bit of solace, of love and comfort, and that you feel a little better than you did when you first started. So, again, if you have any comments, anything that you want to share, any practices that you would like to see, please message me. I would love, love, love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day.